Hello, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, whoever and wherever you are. It's been a while since I said that now. At least that I can remember anyway. Whoa, hey! Hello to you. Like it. There's a lot of lovely little turns down there, isn't there? There we go. Road isn't too bad. A little bit bumpy here and there, but can't see anything too hazardous. But it's amazing, since that sun's come out, like all of this has just sort of dried out. Gives you a lot more freedom on the road. You have to be more cautious and restrictive during the wet and the cold. But now, I mean, the temperature's increased. I mean, a decent amount compared to what it was just by the sun coming out. How about that? I'm going to skip these two cars here. There we go. You're most welcome. And I'm going to keep the little thing down for the little doggy. That's a cute dog. Never been a massive fan of small dogs, unless it's a pug. Those things are so ugly they're almost adorable. Now this looks quite old. Quite old indeed. That reminds me of an old place I went to in Cyprus. Funny enough, the second worst holiday of my life was Cyprus, mainly because I didn't really care too much about what I was doing and where I was going. But the worst was Skegness. That place is, well, the area that we stayed at was terrible. And we were in a caravan by a main road, and the boy racers would come up and down. You know how it is with touristy areas. The boy racers would come up and down with their large exhaust pipes and whatever, obnoxious. I mean, Jellybean's loud, but she's not massively annoying, at least from my perspective. She's a motorcycle, so of course I want her to be loud. But I mean, from a car perspective, it was obnoxiously loud. When you're sleeping in a caravan about, what, 50 metres away from the road, like, yeah, kind of where that blue car is, not even 50 metres, but yeah, what am I chatting about? Yeah, you can hear them all come past, and you get woken up several times in the early hours of the morning, throughout the night, whatever, and it's just, yeah, you wake up, oh, this shit again. And that was the holiday, really. And going out to all kinds of karaoke places or bars and whatever. I'm not a drinker, I don't go to bars and such, but I kind of got flogged into it. And yeah, every night for like 4 nights on the trot, 5 nights on the trot, I guarantee you there'd be a little girl getting up onto the karaoke machine, and the first thing she'd sing, Titanic, every time. Bloody My Heart Will Go On. Lovely song, but oh, that's got boring real fast, hasn't it? But Cyprus, I would have loved to have ridden the motorcycle around there, because they've got a bloody great big mountain in the middle of all of it. And it's such a lovely area to go up and down those hills and see for miles, and I didn't appreciate it at the time. Of course I didn't. I was nose deep into a book for the majority of it, didn't care. Going up a mountain in a coach, you know, we're talking about like sheer drops as well off some of these cliffs, didn't care, wasn't interested. But now I'm riding a motorcycle, I would have enjoyed that. Just a shame. So let's relate that back to motorcycles, shall we? you know, given the conditions and situations, all that sort of stuff, as you've gotten older, you do tend to learn the importance of not necessarily the finer things, but the more observational sort of things of life, like countrysides and views and little areas like that. So have you been on a holiday that was quite nice but just didn't think really anything of it at the time, but now you look back on it, you think, oh man, I should have paid more attention. I should have looked out that coach window at the mountains and the sheer drops. Oh, a bit of rough road down here. Because the one thing I regret looking back on it, I can't imagine how much renting a motorcycle in Cyprus would be. It'd be bloody expensive, I'd imagine. But still. Another thing as well, it was just hot. Now, I've been in climates and areas and, you know, heat waves where it's just been hot all the time. No, this was dry heat. For me, I'd rather have a dry heat than a humid one, but this was so dry you had to have water on you at all times. There was no Gatorade that we could see, but it was just horrendous. And because of the resort we were staying at, you walk along the high street in one direction and the sun is constantly on your right, so you get sunburn on that side. You come back walking along the high street and the sun's on your left, so you get burnt on the other side. You can't win. I mean, half the people there were so brown they look like bloody potatoes. That's more of that's not a race thing, that's just a suntan thing. Bumpy, 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 thank you. It was interesting to see how some people were trying to outdo each other. Alright, now we're at an intersection. And I've got no idea where we are or where we're going. So let's go this way. Because my sense of direction is absolutely shot at the moment. Although I've got a rough idea, having a look at the scenery over here. Yeah. Alright. That's quite nice. Smell of burning wood again. Love it. Alright, that takes us that way. So let's see what's over there. Really, ooh. The bloody gravel on the road there. That's atrocious. Get a broom on that ASAP. Whew. But getting back on point, if I could go back to Cyprus on a motorcycle, yeah, I probably would. But it's all a matter of time and money, and as the year goes on, there's only so many months in summer, and there's only so many sunny days each year in different countries, so you got to time it right. You got to get lucky and see where it goes. Yeah. Funny story as well, like having I had another look at renting a motorcycle in Japan, because that's the dream at the moment. And you know how much you want to rent a motorcycle for in America versus renting like a Yamaha or a Suzuki in Japan, it's roughly like the same price. I know Japan isn't exactly the cheapest place in the world, but my god, mind you, I was looking at places like Tokyo and Kyoto, so you know, when you've got big cities like that, of course they're gonna charge a bomb. Maybe I'll find somewhere in the bit more rural. But at the same time, the person that I plan to go with isn't really into motorcycling, so it'd be a bit of a waste. But I don't want to go to Japan and not ride a motorcycle. You see what I'm saying? Then I don't want to go by myself. Cockney, do you want to go to Japan, mate? Oh, hello. It's quite nice. It's very nice. I'll tell you what, while I'm here, let's park up. Oop. That's lovely. Right, excuse me for a moment. While I just whip out the old camera. Look at this. This is one thing you don't get on many YouTube channels, folks. People get out of the car, off the bike, and actually show you some of the countryside. How about that? Someone's used this as like a little gathering area. Don't drink and drive, kids. That's the moral of that story. So, yeah, enjoy yourselves, and I'll leave you with this little stream. Ta for now.